Dear students, welcome to our YouTube channel Vidya for Success. In this video, we will be studying continuation part of the CET on the lesson Biological Classification. Next, the 25th question is, which one of the following is a parasitic fungi on the mustard plant? So, the option A, albugo. So, albugo is a fungi. This is belonging to the class Phycomycetes. So, this fungi will be parasitic to mustard plant. Then option C, Puccinia. So, Puccinia is also a fungi. This is belonging to the class Basidiomycetes. So, this will causes rust disease in the plant. So, it is called as a rust fungus. Then option C, yeast. So, yeast is a unicellular Ascomycetes and this will be used in most of the fermentation process. Then option D, Ostilago. So, Ostilago will be causes smut disease in plant, so that it is called as a smut fungi. So, the correct answer for this is albugo because it is parasitic to mustard plant. Then the 26th question is, which of the following is used extensively in biochemical and genetic work? So, the option A, agaricus. So, agaricus is nothing but mushroom. So, this is not used in the genetic work. Then option B, alternaria. So, alternaria is a fungi. This will comes under the class Deuteromycetes. So, this fungi will be parasitic to plant. It will cause us diseases in plants. Then option C, Neurospora. So, Neurospora is a fungi belonging to Ascomycetes group. So, this fungi will be used extensively in genetic experiments because it is very easy to grow this organism and this is a haploid organism. So, it will be easy to observe some of the recessive characters when it is used in the genetic experiment. So, because of these two reasons, Neurospora is extensively used in the genetic experiments. Then option D, Mucor. So, Mucor is a fungi, it is belonging to the class Phycomycetes. So, it is not used in the genetic experiment. So, the correct one is Neurospora, option C. Then 27th question is, which of the following is or are example of Deuteromycetes? So, Deuteromycetes is a class of fungi. In this one we have the species of fungi, they are not showing sexual type of reproduction. So, that they are called as fungi imperfectae. So, look at the option A, Alternaria. So, Alternaria is the fungi comes under the class Deuteromycetes. So, this will be parasitic to some kind of plant. And option B, Colatotrichum. This is also a fungi belonging to the class Deuteromycetes. Then option C, Trichoderma. So, Trichoderma is also a fungi. It is exoparasitic on animal. So, all the three example what they have given, they are belonging to Deuteromycetes. So, the correct answer is option D, all of these. Next, the 28th question is, which of the following group of fungi is commonly known as imperfect fungi? So, for the fungal characteristic feature classification, certain characters are considered. One is the nature of hyphae, then another one is mode of reproduction. That means how it is reproduces asexually and sexually. These characters are considered for the classification under different class. So, based on this, the organisms, that means the fungi which are not showing the sexual mode of reproduction, they are placed under the class Deuteromycetes. That does not mean that they are not at all showing the sexual reproduction, but it is not yet identified. So, those fungi are placed under Deuteromycetes. So, let us look at the option A, Phycomycetes. So, the Phycomycetes fungi will be showing the sexual mode of reproduction. And option B, Ascomycetes. So, Ascomycetes are also reproducing by sexual method. Then C, Basidiomycetes. These are also having their own kind of sexual reproduction. Option D, Deuteromycetes. Deuteromycetes are called as imperfect fungi because their sexual mode of reproduction is not yet identified. If it is identified, they will be moved to any of the three classes. So the correct one is option D. Then the next question is match the following figures. So look at the A diagram. So diagram A is the diagram of Euglena, because in the Euglena anterior region will be having long flagella for locomotion. So this organism is belonging to the kingdom Protista. Then a B diagram. So in the B diagram you can see the presence of small air-like structure throughout the body. So that is nothing but the locomotory organelle. So this organism will be having cilia as a locomotory organelle, and name of this organism is paramecium. Then one more character I will tell you about the paramecium. So shape of this organism look like lady's slipper shape. So this is the unique shape you can see only in paramecium. This is also belonging to Protista kingdom. Then the C diagram, this is the picture of agaricus, that means mushroom. This is belonging to the kingdom fungi. So with respect to all the three diagrams, the correct option is option A, because in the option A you can see the A picture they have given as Euglena, B as paramecium and C as agaricus. Then the 30th question is, which of the following statement is or are correct about mycoplasma? So let us look at the statements. Option A, mycoplasma as no cell wall. So this is the correct statement, because the mycoplasma does not having cell wall. Cell wall is absent in mycoplasma. Then B, mycoplasma is the smallest living organism. So this is also correct statement, because it is a very small microorganism. Compared to the bacteria, mycoplasma size is very less. Then option C, mycoplasma cannot survive without oxygen. So this is not a correct statement, because mycoplasma is an anaerobic organism. It can even survive in the absence of oxygen, so that it is called as a anaerobic organism. So this statement is not correct. Then option D, it is pathogenic to plants and animals. So mycoplasma will be causes disease both in plants and animals. So option A statement and B statement and D statement is correct. So you have to choose the answer from the following option. So again they have given here the option A all of this, option C only C, option B A, B and D, option D A and C. So the correct one is B, A, B and D. So except C statement, all other statements are correct with regarding the mycoplasma characters. The next question is, organisms living in salty areas are called as. So first option, methanogens. What does mean by methanogens? So methanogens are the organisms. So this group of organisms are able to grow in marshy areas. That means wet environmental condition nourishes the growth of these organisms. And in its habitat, methanogens are able to produce methane gas. So because of its characteristic feature, these organisms are called as methanogens. That means methane producing organisms. Then option B, halophiles. So halo is nothing but salt, philes is nothing but loving. So salt loving organisms are called as halophiles. So their habitat is salty area. So because of their habitat they called as halophiles. So the correct answer is option B. Then option C, heliophytes. So heliophytes are the plants. They are not able to grow in salty area. Then option D, thermoacidophiles. So thermoacidophiles are also organisms. They have to grow very well in hot spring. So the correct answer here is option B, halophiles. Yes, 32nd question is branched, aseptate, cenocytic mycelium present in. So for classification of fungi, mycelium character is considered. So based on this, we have divided the fungi into 4 different classes. So in some of the fungi, the mycelium will be highly branched and it will be not having any cross walls. So that means septa will be completely absent. So that is called as aseptate nature. And because of the absence of septa, nuclei will be freely distributed in the cytoplasmic region. So that character is known as cenocytic. Clear, right? So these characters will be present in some of the hyphae in fungi. And some other fungi, they will be having cross walls in the mycelium. So that is called as septate hyphae, not aseptate, septate hyphae. And nuclei will not be freely distributed in the hyphal region. So cenocytic character will not be present. Clear? So let us look into the option. Option A, Aspergillus. So Aspergillus will be belonging to the class Ascomycetes. So here the mycelium will be branched, septate and not cenocytic. Clear, right? Then option B, Albugo. So Albugo is belonging to Phycomycetes. In the Phycomycetes, all the members are having branched hyphae, then aseptate, then cenocytic. So all the given character of mycelium is suitable to Albugo. So the correct one is option B. Then option C, Penicillium. Penicillium is also belonging to Ascomycetes class. So here the hyphae is branched, septate and not cenocytic. Then option D, Ericipherae. So in the Ericipherae, the hyphae is branched but septate. So the correct answer is option B, Albugo. Then next question is, ringworm in human is caused by. So ringworm is a kind of disease. It is caused by some of the organism. They are exoparasitic in nature. That means they will sit on the surface of cell and it will utilize keratin protein. So by utilizing it, it will multiply in number and started spreading infection on the human body. So because of exoparasitic, the organism will be belonging to the group fungi. So the fungi, members of the fungi, they are responsible for causing this disease in human. So look into the option. Option A, bacteria. So bacteria are not exoparasitic, they are endoparasitic organisms. Option B, fungi. So fungi, as I told, they are exoparasitic and they will be causes ringworm in human. Then option C, nematode. So nematodes are also endoparasites. Option D, viruses. Viruses are also endoparasite. That means they will causes infection only when they get inside the system. So the correct option is option B, fungi.